Hi, I'm Pete Delahorst with Crown Plastics Company, and welcome to Make It Stick, the video series where we take difficult to adhere to substrates and using our DuraSurf UHMW, along with proper surface preparation and adhesive selection, we're able to get UHMW to stick to a wide variety of substrates in very difficult applications. Now, we get many inquiries about all types of metal surfaces. It could be stainless, it could be galvanized, it could be aluminum, or even anodized aluminum. What we're going to talk about today is a lot of things to keep in mind when you're dealing with these different types of substrates. It might include corrosion, it might include contamination or oxidation. All these are things that need to be kept in mind when you're dealing with these substrates and trying to make it bondable and make it stick. So check out the solutions that we have for you today. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that most substrates that are made of metal are going to be what they call high surface energy substrates, which means that in general, pressure sensitive systems are going to really like these substrates. So if you're dealing with stainless, or if you're dealing with galvanized, or in many cases if you're dealing with an aluminum substrate, you're going to be fine. Pressure sensitive systems love a nice smooth metal substrate. We do get a lot of questions, however, when people ask about anodized aluminum or a galvanized or a variety of maybe some of these treated metals. And what we want to do is just kind of show you how we can deal with making these substrates bondable. The key component is going to be surface preparation. So initially, if you're dealing with something that is pretty dirty, if you're dealing a retrofit, something that's been in service for a while, what you're going to want to do is use an acetone or an MEK, something that's pretty aggressive to knock off the highest level of contamination, okay? Once you do that, we're going to recommend a second application using an isopropyl alcohol. And what this will do is this will evaporate cleanly, it's not going to leave any residue, and it's going to really leave that surface nice and clean and ready to bond. Now, one of the areas that we have seen sometimes an issue with has been an oxidized aluminum. We actually ran into a situation with a manufacturer of fire trucks where they stored their aluminum outside, and when they went to apply our product, the product was not sticking very well. The reason is that oxide really lowers the surface energy of that substrate, and now all of a sudden the pressure sensitive systems aren't going to want to lock on as well. Now, there are some products that you can use to treat the surface of the aluminum. And here we have an example of, here is an oxidized aluminum surface, and we use a product called AlumiPrep, which is a product that's very common in treating an aluminum surface that has some oxidation on it. It's a light phosphoric acid base, and we spray the AlumiPrep on, and you go over with a Scotch-Brite pad, and you can just see this black oxide come oozing out of there. Once the oxide has been removed, then the UHMW will bond very, very easily using a pressure-sensitive system. And then again, with a roller applying mechanical pressure, which is also very critical. And now we can get this UHMW to bond to some of these highly oxidized aluminum substrates. In addition, we have had some people inquire about anodized aluminum. And here we have a piece of the anodized. And really, in doing some of the testing, the anodized aluminum again created no problem. The DuraSurf UHMW, again, using some of the adhesives designed for some of the lower surface energy substrates. This is actually an Avery 1198. It's a cross-linked rubber. These bond very, very well, but the key is making sure that the product is clean, and then again, going over with mechanical pressure and a roller. You will literally double the bond strength by using a roller or using mechanical pressure. Now, the area where a pressure sensitive may not be useful is if you're dealing with a metal substrate that has some corrosion, where the metal has been pitted somewhat. The pressure sensitive systems like a nice smooth substrate. Okay, if you're dealing with something that has some corrosion and some pitting to it, that's an indication where we may want to consider going to an epoxy system or a contact cement, because you're really not going to get the level of bond that you would with a smooth substrate. So again, the pressure sensitives on metals, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be very safe with that. All right, now as you can see, with metal substrates, in most cases a pressure sensitive system is going to work fine, but having a good understanding of surface energy is going to be important. We also got to make sure that we understand the type of surface that we're dealing with, whether it's a galvanized surface, whether it's stainless, whether we're dealing with an oxidation issue. So again, surface preparation is going to be very critical. And then again, also working with adhesive selection. Now, dealing with these metal substrates, in most cases, you're not going to have too much of a difficult time with most of the pressure sensitive systems that we have. But the more information that you can get and the more information that you can translate to us, we can prescribe the correct adhesive for your application. So again, we were handed another challenge and we were able to make it stick. If you have a challenging application that you would like to see demonstrated, feel free to contact us at crownplastics.com and we will make it stick for you.